Hey, Buzz and Beasties, this is your AFTERBUZZ TV Beauty and the Beast After Show, and we are in Season 4, Episode 2, Beast Interrupted.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Just like fire, burning up the way, looking like the world.
Hey, who needs an after show? Let's just sing and dance. That's all we need to do. Hey, Beasties. That's why I don't sing. That's why Pink sings. Okay, well, welcome to the show. As I said, we are in episode number 2. And if you want to join the conversation, you know we always love when you co-host with us. So all you have to do is join by hashtagging #ABTVBATB. I'm your host, Alikona Bradford, and as always, find me on Twitter at BoysandBeauty01. I'll be checking for you. And also, welcome my co-host.
Hello. I don't have the accent like you, so I'm not going to even try. But hey guys, you guys already know I'm Janeisha John. You can follow me on all social media at Janeisha_Miss VI.
All right. Oh, let's get in the show.
Oh, you still singing?
Yeah, I'm still singing. I like Pink.
I mean, that's a hot song.
It is.
Speaking of hot, all the explosions in this episode.
Yeah.
Well, sort of, kind of.
Oh, well, if you were going to say, speaking of hot, I like the outfit at the very end with the shirtless little shirt pulley thing. Totally irrelevant to the show, but I just think you guys should know.
Of everything that happened in the show, that's what caught your attention the
best
most.
part was the biceps. I'm just saying.
I'm not mad at it. He has some really nice biceps. We're going to give it to him. Yeah.
I'm just wondering why season 4 and season 3 were so censored and we just did not get any abdominals.
Well, hopefully this season we'll get a lot more.
Come on,
we're getting
send
some
us,
arm action. So,
look, send us off. Send us off with a bang, okay?
I agree. I totally agree.
We've supported you how many seasons? Come on now. Anyway, all right, so let's actually talk about the show tonight.
Let's do it.
There was a lot and not a lot going on, if you will. Let's just be honest. Let's be real. Some of the themes tonight I feel like are a little redundant.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. I love the characters. I love the show. But I feel like, you know, you said it yourself. They found a formula. They're sticking with it. I want a little bit more than one big bad this season to continuously take me through the entire season.
I agree. I think we've gotten this far with that formula. It works. We love it. But at this point, we already know this is the last season. It's time to take some risk. We want to see you guys kind of step outside of the box. Let's leave with a bang. I want it to end with a bang, you know? So
right.
I'm hoping that some of the other episodes pick up. But the first episode was really great.
Yes.
This one kind of fell a little flat for me.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know, it was, like you said, redundant. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, we can talk about the highlights. It's okay. And if you guys have highlights that you really want to talk about, we have our phones.
We have
all you live individuals. Don't forget to follow us. Anyways, okay, so the first thing I want to bring up is the constant theme of Vincent still feeling guilt. He's always and forever walking around in guilt for dragging people that he loves into his situation. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, Kat is very much like, baby, it's okay. I married you for who you are. I love who you are, and I knew what I was getting into. However, you then have the people like Tess on the opposite end of the spectrum. To me, she just has no filter and she's keeping it real.
I love Tess.
Right, like everything that Vincent is thinking he could be feeling guilty for, and Kat's
She's like, yeah,
exactly.
Tess
Kat's
is
like, no. Kat's like,
it's your fault. Yep. We can't lead normal lives because of you, Vincent. But it could be also that her boyfriend, JT, does give a lot of attention to the Vincent situation.
But how many times has he done that? And whatever reason he was involved was the right reason, because Tess ends up at the end of the episode with her tail between her legs.
You're right. You were so right.
That happened last episode. This episode, Kat pointed out, she said at the end, we caught bad guys, we did this, we saved people, it was a good day. And Tess is like, rah, 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 rah.
I mean, rightfully so. By the end of the day, too, she's a woman, and she probably feels a kind of way. You know, her man always focused on his best friend. Hey, what about me? I've had a rough day at work. I'm captain. I have all this going on in my life. Yes. Like, pay attention to me. And then we see that, maybe I'm jumping a little bit, but we see that in the episode where she's talking to him about, babe, should I wear my hair down? Should I wear this shirt? And he's so tuned into this Vincent situation and trying to find this bounty, I guess, whoever ordered the bounty. And it's like, come on, like,
pay
girlfriend
attention to me.
first. Hello,
Right,
I'm here.
right.
You know, what am I? chopped liver?
But to rebuttal on that,
Yes.
right when he was at the computer, what did he find out?
They were hacking.
Homeland Security. I'm sorry, but that's your business too, Tess. So he's saving your butt.
I agree. I also have to say I like that Tess is looking for some normalcy, you know, because no one else is apparently. Well, Heather is. And we see them have that moment, you know, which I thought was the cutest thing ever. It was like a weird sister.
Yeah.
They didn't really talk about anything. They were just kind of venting. Yeah. It was cute.
Good talk. High five.
All right.
Okay. yeah. You know, and Heather kept it real too because, you know, she had her moment when she first got on the show. I don't know if it was when she first got on, but somewhere in there, I think you and I were both going, cute, but she's getting on my nerves.
She was being a little selfish.
Yeah, and I feel like this episode, just a little bit, because she was so concerned about her relationship and getting a little bit whiny about how she wanted to see Kyle, this, that, and the third. But I liked that at the end of the show, she turned off the whine, but she was honest. Like, you saw a bit of a vulnerability in her that you could tell she really liked this guy, but okay, sister, I understand.
I have to do.
I'll sacrifice.
Yeah.
And
that's tough, though.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
I mean,
I don't know. I will say this, you know, to kind of draw something at least a little closer to home for me. My sister is also a cop. And so I could often remember her times just like really being just crazy about certain things. Like, oh, you don't go this place. Or please, for me, don't go this place and come back at this time. And I'm like, why are you stressing so much? And then it just kind of, you know, goes to show like, when you're involved in that line of work, you know, your family's automatically threatened because, you know, you're threatened, your life is threatened in a sense too. So it's interesting. It kind of warmed my heart to see that sisterly moment because, you know, I've had that with my sister. So yeah, it was interesting. It's so realistic. So.
Well, speaking of family, we had Bootsie over here trying to protect her family. And, okay, I'm looking at the show going, so somebody made this, and it's like a mirror of Kim Kardashian.
I will say this. I coined her right off top. I was like, yeah, she's a bee. You know, she's just like all about herself and social media.
I mean,
you're in the
was
hospital bed doing this. Like, who does that? Well, I mean, people do it, but
They do.
but like really.
Hashtag hospital life.
Oh my God, I'm dead. No, but it was funny. Did you hear who she said she was sending a text to?
Her dog.
Why does your dog have a phone? Or your dog is able?
No, I feel
you're
like
being
that was her
crazy.
cover, though. Honestly, I feel like she was covering with this facade of who she thinks people want her to be to cover up because obviously she didn't want to talk about whatever to Vincent and to Kat. Really quickly, though, to my engineer, if we could please pull up what's going on in the chat room so that way if our co-hosts are participating, we can definitely include them in our
They
conversation.
are definitely tweeting me, too. Well, tweeting us.
They tweeting me, where are you at? Why? No, I'm just kidding. Totally just kidding. Anyway, so Bootsie, first of all, Kim Kardashian all the way at first. But yeah, she was actually a really, really cool girl when you got down
She had
to
some
it.
substance, you know. And the thing is, I think she clearly was searching for that because she said it. You know, I did this because I wanted to do more
Good with my money.
Yeah, rather than just be the girl at the club, which is interesting because sometimes maybe this is I guess a sort of underlying message that they were trying to show us, where sometimes, you know, we just see what they put on social media, but a lot of times these people, you know, celebrities that we coin to just be wanting to be in the public eye actually have more to them than just taking selfies and posting them. So no,
Maybe. I guess. Okay, so what's going on in the chat? Vince totally pulled a Captain America move. Did he? I missed that.
the muscles.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I mean, our chat's just a little delayed. So if I'm like 8 subjects behind, I do apologize. Marisha, if I said that correctly, you love that Vincent got benched. Really? I was frustrated. At first, it made sense, but after a while, I felt like it turned into Kat being a mother and just being Vincent, eyes, don't forget your eyes.
You know how I feel about Kat turning on and off Vincent's powers. It's just, to me, honestly, it comes off as if Vincent is her pet, and it's like, hey, turn it off, stop.
Right.
This
I need
episode-
the powers. We need the powers. It's convenient today. We got to track somebody. No, today you can't have them.
Yeah, that's a bit much. But I will say, though, it's interesting to see how much she has it intact. She's like, Vincent, eyes. Vincent, stop. Like, and it was
Yeah.
like, oop, 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 you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Someone says, Tor Zalkan, excuse me, guys, I lost my voice. Tor Zalkan, I think I'm saying it right.
She lost her voice as an excuse for mispronouncing your name. Don't
No,
lie.
I really had it. I'm like, my voice is coming back. But no,
kidding.
says that Vincent needs to wear shades when he's tracking in public.
Yes.
That is very, 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 very
Yes.
smart idea.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because no one's going to question you. People do it all the time.
Let's give Vincent some shades.
Right?
Yeah.
I loved Tess in the shades, though. I loved that they made her get all nice and dressed up because Nina Lisandrello, she's a beautiful girl, but
Beautiful.
obviously they have her in this role to where she's captain. She's got to be slightly androgynous, if you will,
Yeah.
because of her role. So for that second, we got the nice hair, we got the makeup, the cutesy. I'm like, girl,
She
you
did get
better
cutesy,
work.
but she didn't hesitate to jump on that guy's back.
No,
either.
no. Of course, she can throw down.
Did you see how Kat gave her that pep talk? Like,
Yeah.
You know you missed the action.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know you want to come on. Like,
It's her best friend. She knows.
knows.
But she tries so, it's that pride,
Yeah,
so
she's
she
like,
tries
no.
so hard to be like, no.
No.
Oh, come on. On the inside, you're getting
You know.
excited.
you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Okay, see, Kat does that stop Vincent from find out. What?
She does that to stop Vincent from being
Found out.
I agree.
Understandable. No. I understand. It's just interesting. Like Janeisha said, that she'll let him use her powers when it's convenient.
Convenient to her.
Right, but then when it's not. And I get when she said at one moment that, we don't want to ruin everything that we've worked for.
Yeah.
Meaning not having to be exposed and living in hiding. I mean, you guys have already had to live in hiding, so it's not technically anything new.
True.
But that's just me.
I don't know. Vincent, he just needs some shades. How about that? 'Cause those eyes are just probably the biggest giveaway.
Giveaway.
Yeah. So some shades might help.
But I also thought it was pretty risky of him when there was the attacker inside of Bootsie's room, and he came in there, and obviously at first he was trying not to use the powers, and when he doesn't, he gets beat up.
He sure does. Pretty bad.
maybe your boo should teach you some martial arts, But anyway, he got whooped around a little
He
bit.
got whooped around a bit.
But then he took the patient home. How did you walk out without anybody noticing that you had this unconscious patient? And did you blur out? And if so,
I don't know, because he literally at that point, the officers came in the room and he was like, about to jump out the window and full beast mode, almost full beast mode.
Yeah.
So what did he? Maybe he knocked them out and grabbed her and went. But they would see that it was him.
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't show that. I was hoping that they revealed that to us, but I don't know. I guess maybe it's irrelevant. The point of it is that she got out the room and she got by them safely.
Right. But did anybody else find it very ironic that Bootsie knocked JT out with her boot?
That was yeah. Yeah, I mean, for a split second, I was like, what did she hit him with? Because I couldn't really tell.
Yeah.
But when he said it was the boot, because I was like, wait, does she have powers? And I was like, nah.
That's what I thought too.
You thought so? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
What's a real saying? I'm really curious how the series is going to end. Can't see other than going into hiding or a new identity. You know what? I mean, we can save that ish for predictions, but I do definitely think it's a hiding situation. But they keep driving home the point of wanting to live a normal life, and trying to give all this up. So I don't know.
Speaking of normal life, Billie Jean Girl 18 wants to know if we think JT is really going to move in with Tess, or do we think they might break up again? I don't think they're going to break up. I'm curious to know what's going to happen when she finds out that he turned down this tenure.
But okay, did he call back and turn it down, or was he considering the fact that he hung up on the guy?
Well, he said that he turned it down.
Okay.
Yeah, so doesn't matter how he did it.
He
did
turned it down.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think Tess is gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I
she
mean,
gonna be mad.
it's a difficult thing, right? Because you have Vincent telling him, you've worked for this your whole entire life and you turned it down. Mm-hmm. But obviously there was something in his gut that told him.
You gotta go with the gut. I'm just saying. Hey, you never know why people choose what people feel about, the things that they decide to do. So, I don't know. It's gonna pan out the way it's supposed to pan out.
Right. I mean, I think that they're gonna end up together. I think that he is definitely gonna move in with her. I also think that she needs to chill out a little bit. I understand her frustration, but she needs to realize that at the end of the day, every time
JT saves the day.
every time he's just so vital to this team.
Yeah. But I get it too. Like, do you, like, you as a woman who wants to eventually settle down, do you want to be fighting beasts for the rest of your life? No.
Nobody on that team does.
Well, no, nobody does. Nobody does.
It is unfortunate though. Everybody gets brought into somebody else's problem.
True.
If you will.
True.
Although DHS was like, no, boo-boo, you guys can handle it on your own.
DHS
Sorry.
was like, I'm done with y'all.
Yeah.
No, but rightfully so, because now people's jobs and their careers and lives are at risk. So I get it. But, he's like, I have no personal attachment to this. I covered for you guys. You guys were supposed to contain it, and you're not doing your job. So... Sorry. Bye, Felicia.
Right. I don't know why containers made me think of this, but when Vincent had the little, what are those, tongue depressors, and he's throwing it into the bedpans, I was like, who wrote this? What? Ew. Ew. Why?
Booby.
Yeah. You dirty girl.
Says, I think JT is getting too obsessed with the beast thing. I like crazy obsessed. I do think he's a little, out of everyone there, he's probably the one person I think that likes this course of this action thing.
But here's the thing. I think that JT just feels this responsibility like a big brother does to his little brother, because he's been there by Vincent's side ever since Vincent first came home and was dealing with this. You know what I mean? Like, they've gone through this together for such a long time. It's like a parent trying to let go of a teenager that's moving out. You just want to help so much, and you don't want that person to fall flat on their face. So
I hear that. I also think it's more so of a feeling that sense of purpose, maybe.
That too.
I think it's a little more fulfilling because it's a little more exciting, and he directly feels like he's making an influence, a change. Whereas, like, being, as we spoke last week, being an instructor, a professor, you don't see that, maybe years down the line, somebody that you taught, excels in life. But that immediate gratification, like, you don't see it. So
yeah, I'm sorry. This was actually really funny. Sinead, okay, she said you got to go with the gut, but that security and retirement plan will be looking good 20 years from now. I think he made the wrong choice.
I hear that.
I mean, but if you don't live long enough to get to the retirement plan, then what?
True. You
got to get those bounty hunters.
Listen, I don't think there's anything wrong with him, wanting to focus on, beast crimes and so forth. I just agree with Tess. It's all about balance. If you can't balance your life with what's going on with the beast situation, because honestly, it comes off as if he's so focused on Vincent in that situation versus, anything else. And so I just think he needs to find balance. I feel like Kat and Vincent sort of have somewhat of a balance too. Maybe because, they're both directly involved, but you just gotta find some balance. You can't leave Tess hanging. So, I don't know.
I so had a thought.
Did I
get
rid
of it?
I'm sorry.
No, it's totally okay. Oh, I know what it was going to be. So, do you think, though, also, too, possibly the reason that JT is so gung-ho, let's do this, and at the same time, so is, I do believe, Kat, they're both saying that the faster we get this solved, the faster we make it go away, the quicker we can get back to a normal life.
No, I agree that Kat wants that. JT, no, because last episode he was talking about, I don't have purpose, I'm not, everybody has all this going on in their lives, and
he doesn't have powers anymore.
I just think he likes the thrill of it, and I think that, he's just really just into it. Simple as that. And I think it gives him some excitement in his life. Being a professor is boring to him. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think everybody else wants some normalcy in their life, like Kat and Tess. And, Vincent just wants to be able to walk down the street without worrying.
Well, maybe JT needs to go back to school so he can be in forensics. I mean, I know he's a professor, but maybe study just a little bit more or something. Mm-hmm. And, take Evan's old job.
Maybe.
It could be exciting.
That could be exciting.
And then he'll be next to his boo.
All day. Not good. But again, he got to figure it out. I just don't. He's the only one I feel that likes the thrill of it. Well, I think they all do, but I think he's like really obsessed with the thrill of it. So,
You know what I'm really curious, and BC's, I'm asking you guys at home, what do you guys feel about this season's romance element in the show? Because I feel like it's there, but it's not.
It's like
I feel like season 1, honestly,
Toe dipping.
season 1 was by far the most
sexiest.
Yeah, sexy and steamy, and it's very interesting to me that they've really stepped away from that. And I get that they're married now, so maybe it's a little
But
bit
they're
more.
newlyweds. Like, you're supposed to be wanting to do crazy stuff all day, every day. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm hoping, but we know that Heather's not gonna get a boo because we usually get the steamy stuff from Heather. She's not gonna have a boo, at least not for a while.
But here's the thing, I'm curious if you agree with that, because I understand they don't want to bring anybody else into the circle. Leave Heather out of the circle. Let her go do her thing.
It's kind of inevitable, though. She's tied to the circle regardless.
But I'm like, you just move out. Not that I'm trying to kick her out, but move out if
She
you want an
moves to a
independent
different state
life.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she doesn't have a job. She ain't got $1. So where's she gonna go?
That's true.
I don't know. I do think it's a little tough for them to expect her to not have any kind of normal situation going. Like, she deserves that. Everybody has somebody except for her. She's like the fifth. She's like the spare tire in the car.
Right.
Like, come on. Poor Heather.
But here's the thing, though. But she's not actively on. Like, okay, JT has his role. He is the techie person. Tess has her role because she is a cop. Kat's a cop. You have Vincent with superpowers, and then there's Heather. Heather's, and this is not meant to be a negative thing, but she's not necessarily
doesn't have a
contributing,
role.
to the team to where she needs to be around all the time. So why does it matter if we keep her over there? She still is capable of having a normal life.
True. I mean, I agree in that sense. I think just because she knows she's blood related to Kat and she knows about Vincent, it's just, and she lives there, so it's like, yeah. I don't know, maybe when she gets a job and she finds her own little thing going, maybe she can, venture off and stay away from it. But for right now, she's caught up in the mix because by default, she lives under the same household. She doesn't have her own thing going. Yeah. And so maybe it's best that she doesn't bring anybody else into their circle because they got to come around her. They have to come around the house, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
So we're getting some responses from you guys. I was waiting for y'all to blow it on up.
Yeah.
So Empress BC says, it's a little better, but still not fully there. Not enough sizzle. They give us appetizers.
Yep.
I like that. That's a great way of putting it.
Booby says, I don't see that much romance this season at all.
Right.
Marisha is funny. She said, yeah, or jump out of a plane safely if you want to throw. It says, say her name is Sinead.
Sinead. Yeah.
Kool-Aid, Sinead. Got it.
Yeah.
Says that JT should just join the NYPD. I agree
too.
Yeah.
See, Renji 99.8. Heather's more of a wild card. Yeah, she is.
She's random.
Yeah.
Just there.
Yeah.
But
we hypothesized that potentially Kyle is a dangerous situation.
I really think Kyle's problem.
But I always thought her ex was a problem. He just never came.
Yeah, but I feel like they keep putting little inserts of Kyle for a reason. And he
That's
works
true.
directly with Vincent.
Right. Well, Vincent's like, I don't like him. I'm just being grumpy. But maybe you really don't like him.
He doesn't like him. He doesn't have a reason yet, but it's that intuition, that gut. I'm telling y'all. Kyle's bad news.
Okay. Really quick, and this could be a different topic ago, but Tors Alcon says they're acting like an experienced couple. Are you talking about the lack of the sizzle? An experienced couple in that situation? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, all right. Okay.
I do think they're not acting like a newly married. They're not acting like newlyweds to me. Like if I just got married with my guy, we're gonna try to do all kind of cute stuff,
right?
And just be adventurous and do stuff. But I don't know. Maybe the strength in their relationship is fighting. Not fighting these beast battles. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but then it just seems like best buds, partners in crime.
Yeah, they have best bud moments. Yeah, they said that right.
Yeah. I mean, those are important in a relationship as well too. But there is also the romance, the desire, and the steam. I feel like they tried to incorporate the romance in episode 1 with them being in Paris, but obviously that got interrupted.
Yeah.
Steaminess, no.
I'm not feeling it.
No.
I need them to turn up the sexy on Kat. Like, she's not sexy.
And she's such a beautiful girl.
So beautiful, but you guys are not letting her unleash the sexy. let her do that, please. And then we want to see that dynamic between her and Vincent. Well, I do at least. I know this one does too. So
What? Oh, okay. So Dwayne Payton. Now I'm wondering, is that like a tribute to Dwayne Johnson and the Payton? I don't know. Manning? Peyton? I don't know. I'm making stuff up. Maybe I'm just
definitely a basketball fan, though.
trying to make it more complicated than it is. But either
Maybe
way,
his name is Dwayne Payton. I'm just saying.
okay, so the clarification, because I haven't seen Captain America.
Ah,
Sorry. Vincent
okay,
totally pulled a Captain America move with that helicopter. I'm glad you brought up the helicopter. Okay, so they erased the security footage, right? But here's Vincent just all in midair.
Broad daylight.
I'm gonna pull it down. I'm gonna
chain.
just act like the chain is what kept everybody from, I don't know what happened to the pilot. Don't know where he went. And then the other dude, you calmed him down, whatever. But it really didn't make sense. The guy's like, I'm gonna blow up the building. Bro, you realize you're on the building too, right? Is it really worth it? All this just to blow yourself up? Come on.
I agree. It was not the smart. But when you're like your back is against the wall, it's kind of like
live your life in jail. At least you'll have the hope that one day you'll get out, or you can
you got
break
enough
out.
money, you could maybe figure something out. It was so dumb. It was such a dumb plan. But he panicked, and that's what you do when you panic. You make dumb decisions, I guess. Sometimes, most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought, okay, so we came to the conclusion in this episode that the hackers were indeed looking for her because she had access to all these witnesses versus looking for Vincent. But for that moment on the roof with the helicopter and he's trying to talk dude down, I'm sure the guy was thinking, how did you stop the helicopter? And weren't you worried about exposing yourself to this guy who could be searching for you? But apparently, why are you laughing over that?
Because I want to read you what one of our co-host said, something about a big magnet. I thought it was so hilarious. If I can find it. Basically, they were saying that the reason why the helicopter wasn't moving is because it was being held with a huge magnet. I thought that was funny. I'm sorry. No.
Crickets.
Let me listen. I have.
So Sinead, co-host Sinead, she says if she was married to Vincent, that I would be parading him around town, calling my third and fourth cousin and bragging about my husband, Dr. Keller. Okay, preach.
I agree.
I would too. I mean, baby, just take off the shirt. We just go walk. Just go for a walk to the park. Sure, whatever.
I agree. They need something. This fighting crime thing is starting to, like you said, redundant.
Yeah. It is interesting, though, that Vincent is the one who's finally starting to get a little bit paranoid and freaked out and nervous, and Kat's the one who's just, it's fine, babe.
Hey, we got this.
It's cool.
Stop.
Yeah.
Wait, Dwayne Payton says also the romance in the scene is kind of non-existent, but the scene in the end, no, that's still buddy to me.
Yeah, me too.
Still buddy to me. Yeah.
It wasn't I want to rip your clothes off. It was like, ha ha ha, you just made fun of me. I'm gonna pick you up and I'm gonna wrestle you to the ground. Ha. Yeah.
No,
it wasn't giving me lust. It wasn't giving I want to tear your clothes off and makes me love you.
You know why? What? You just got off and hit the floor.
That's probably why. That's probably why. Maybe James LaRosa from Hit the Floor needs to have a meeting with the writers of Beauty and the Beast. Let's just get it a little spicy
in there. Yes,
right?
I agree.
I'm just saying.
Did we miss?
I don't know. It's crazy because as I was taking notes for this episode, honestly, I was like, I'm running out of stuff to write right now. I'm hoping that next episode has a little bit more. Not that this didn't have action, but I just felt like I've seen it before.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a good show. It just wasn't great
tonight.
Last week was great to me.
Yeah.
This one kind of.
It's okay. We got next week.
And the rest of the season.
We got love.
One thing that was kind of cool is I like the little the Maserati that they had in the episode. The fast car, vroom vroom. Did you guys like the Maserati? Please tell me. I know I'm not the only one.
I was like, wait, is that a Tesla?
No, definitely a Maserati.
So, boobies, we just need to see Vincent walk out of the bathroom in nothing but a towel drenched in water. Yeah, there could be more romance in the season, says Marisha. Season 1 love scene was lit.
And yes. Sinead says.
Yeah, you know what? I agree, and perhaps it stinks because when people write an episode, it's not in real time. Obviously, they filmed it last year, but it would be so cool if this was one of those shows where they were still filming, like it was a long enough 25 episodes or what have you, to where they can get some of the input from the fans and go, okay, they want us to go in this direction. How can we integrate what our fans want and give them what they want? We're at this point, obviously, they can't change anything, but
we can only hope that they, New.
But you would think that the writers would have learned their lesson, right? Because from season 1 to season 2, it was such a 180, and so many fans got really upset. There were some fans that unfortunately abandoned the show. To me, that would have been a light bulb to go, okay,
Let's give him back.
let's give them what it worked. What? Let's give them what worked last time, and amp it up times 10. We want to bring in more people. Join the family.
I agree. Marisha wants to know how many episodes we have this season. Do you know?
No, I feel like it's going to be 10. I feel like it's going to be a short one, just like season 3. Because what happened was, when they did season 3, they had already agreed to do a season 4. So I feel like, and a normal season's 20-something episodes, right? But it got cut short last time. So I feel like what they did is they took one season and just decided to cut it in half and split it down the middle and make it into 2, if you will. That's my personal take on it. I don't know. I'm not
I
a
think
writer.
we should get a full season. No, I'm not starting any hashtags today.
I know, right?
But yeah, I mean, we can touch on the fact that we see that Bootsie gets exposed. Basically, she's exposed towards the end, and she's like, I'm exposed to the world now. I have to go in hiding, and Kat's like, yeah, we gotta.
That could have been us.
That could probably be you.
Honestly, I think that was a good thing for Bootsie, because her whole life is paparazzi, this and that, third. It's probably
She needs to go chill out.
Yeah, it's probably a nice vacation for her to get.
Go on a yacht somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Go away, change your name, go somewhere else. It's not like you're still not gonna have your money.
Yeah. But I mean, like, who really wants to go into hiding? But at the same time, too, when you live such a high-profile life, like, everybody knows who you are. That's a lot.
No, yeah, she'll be somewhere in Pleasantville. You know what I mean? Like, nowhere town, but she can relax.
Sure.
Anyways.
Hope she goes to the islands. I would go to the islands.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You're not biased or anything.
Not biased at all.
All right, well, I feel like we've just about talked about everything else. Although someone did start
My
new hashtag full season.
Thanks, Renji.
All right, so
It's 13 episodes. Yeah.
Ruth! Hi, Ruth. It's the first time I've seen you in the hashtag this season. Young lady. Anyway. Okay, yeah, I feel like we've covered pretty much everything this episode. We can get into some news. If I forgot something, you're welcome to tweet at us. If I can catch it before we go off air, we'll talk about it. But let's get into news.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, so we're bringing it back to basics, meaning y'all know I love when you do fan art. So I put out a tweet. Some of you guys saw it. Actually, a lot of you guys saw it. A lot of you guys retweeted it. And then for a good day, nobody sent me anything. And I was like, how are all these people retweeting my request and nobody's sending me art? But fortunately, I found a few on my own, and then somebody ended up tweeting me a lot of her stuff, which is beautiful. So we'll share it. But let's start
Check it out.
with these. So this one, and if my engineer could help me out, because I may or may not have labeled this with who did the artwork. Barbara. Okay, yeah, I can't see the @ on the bottoms because unfortunately
So tiny.
it's so far away for us. But yeah, so big shout out to Barbara for this lovely romantic
Thank Cat forever.
Yeah, sunset, sunrise, one of those if you're listening to our podcast. Let's go to the next picture, please. This one's really cool. Okay, so we got a lot from her, and I want to say it's EAN@NAE. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that, but she gave me so much amazing artwork this week. Can we go to the next one? This is my favorite.
That's cute.
This is my favorite. And again,
mer people.
yeah, if you are listening to the podcast, it's Bin Cat on the beach, looking so. It looks like it should be the cover of a romance novel.
They really look like mermaids. Like, well,
See, look, writers,
yeah.
take some tips from your artists.
That is hot. I love that.
Hashtag honeymoon. What happened? that's what we need to start. Okay, let's go to our next one. That one's really cool too.
Yeah.
Same artist. It's a nice little melding of the two put together. I like that one a lot. Let's go to the next one. Some of these are themed after movies. This is also another one of my favorites.
That's cute.
Mr. and Mrs. Keller, like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yes.
Very, very cute. I like that one a lot. Let's go to our next one. Beauty and the Beast. And this is for better or for beastier, which is so cute too. I can't off the top of my head think of what movie cover that is from.
Isn't that the one with... Never mind.
Okay, next picture. And that's like what, Forces of Nature, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Very cute, very cute. And if Beasties, if y'all are enjoying this, you got to give her shout outs.
Yeah, retweet the art.
Yeah. Let's go to our next one.
Hot.
Oh, so she drew this for Jay Ryan for his birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
That must be so cool to get pictures like that. I mean, obviously, like, oh, it's a picture of me. But you know what I mean? Like, just to have fans be inspired by you. Let's go to the next picture. So this is by somebody different. If you could please read me the name.
I believe it says Nachtfee24.
Not
NACHTFEE 24.
Ah,
not feed.
I'm not quite sure.
24.
Love is about trust.
It
and
is.
us.
It
really
is.
is. It really is. All right, let's go to our next picture. Boo, boo, boo. This one was on social media. I just thought it was really cute. You can see, obviously.
really cute.
Yeah, I think Nicole Anderson actually posted this one. So yeah, just fun pictures. That's it for news. So if you want your artwork to be featured on our show, be sure you tweet it to me, put it in my inbox, and I will show it. And also make sure you're following us.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, predictions. Cool music, cool music, cool music.
And now,
sounds like
your
we're gonna get
AfterBuzz TV
abducted.
predictions.
So we got snippets of next episode. They're going to include a little bit of kickboxing or MMA, cage fighting with Catherine, which is a surprise because obviously the go-to would be Vincent. Hello, abs. Hello, shirtless. What have we been asking you for? But then you send in the girl.
You do send in the girl. Ooh.
But I mean, I like a strong kick-ass girl. We know that she is a purple belt in real life. So we get to see her in action. I'm not
She
mad at
about
that.
to whoop some butt.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. But as far as predictions go, honestly, I have no idea what the writers have in mind or had in mind when they wrote this, especially knowing that this is something where they need to tie up a lot of loose ends.
Yeah.
I do want to see whatever last episode we have, I do want to see a very nice, just completeness to the story, if that makes sense.
I think that, well, this episode there was we thought they had something to do with the bounty hunters. I think next episode is gonna be a little more directly related to the Vincent Beast situation. I'm still sticking with the fact that Kyle is a bad guy. Kyle is all bad news. I'm just waiting to hear what's gonna happen with that. So those are my predictions.
Okay. And I really hope too, I mean, I know I already said it earlier today, but I really, really hope that this is not our main storyline for all 13 episodes. I hope that they nail whoever it is that puts the bounty on him. We go into another plot line.
Well, what are you thinking though? Like, what direction would you like to see it going? Like, if you could create it.
You know, if I could create it and it's something way different, I don't know, I'm tired of people just constantly hunting down Vincent. We know he's a danger. We know even if it turned into them finding a way to fight crime on their own without the police force and starting their own secret agency or whatever, so they still have purpose, but they're separate from the actual law and doing whatever. I'm cool with that. I'm tired of everybody running around trying to protect Vincent.
Yeah. Maybe there's still another beast somewhere, or I don't know. It's just
Maybe he has a cousin.
cousin beast, or
And he can date. Gosh, doggy.
Heather.
Thank you.
that'd be cute. I just want Heather to get a good guy in her corner and be happy too, but I don't think Kyle is it. That's my prediction. Kyle's bad news. Stay away, Heather. Stay away. Yeah.
Okay, so Torres Alcon, your prediction is, I think enough weird stuff will happen that everyone will be okay with the existence of beasts. And then Billie Jean Girl predicts Catherine and Vincent will finally get some sexy time. Or at least get a date night. I hope for both. That's what I hope.
And I also want to touch on Billie Jean Girl. She's been talking about how sick she's tired of hearing the final season every time in the promos. I agree. We don't want to hear it all the time. We know it's coming to an end. Please don't rub it in our faces anymore. Who else is giving predictions? Let's see.
I don't know if I see any other predictions up there. So what I will say is we had a fantastic time with those of you who are able to stay up late with us and watch with us. And for those who can't, please make sure you share a podcast, like, comment, subscribe, retweet, and find me on YouTube, Boys and Beauty with Alikona. I sit in my tub. We talk about hot men, give you some beauty tips. It's a good time.
And of course, you guys can find me on all social media at Janeisha_Miss VI. Holla at me. Tell me some crazy stuff, and I'll be sure to say it here on the air.
And don't forget fan art next week.
Yes.
All right.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Be still later.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.